So the anger, it's good to use it as fuel to speak up when you have hit that peak where you have spoken up and have reached that peaceful plateau for now. Where can we find joy currently? Kuryab. Look at all these places that we can find joy right now in our lives. Places that we can rest and recharge in our own beliefs, in our own communities, in our own safe spaces, in our own bodies, and feel free to live the life that we deserve. Look at all this happiness. Look at all this joy. It doesn't mean stop fighting, but when we can live freely and embody that lifestyle that we wish that others would be able to embody, like confidence and self-love and whatever, so that they may further their healing and find their own peace, which a bonus to that is reduced violence, de-escalation in the community. Maybe we disagree because we got hurt in different areas of our life. Maybe we don't even disagree, we're just hurt in different parts of our life. But what if we find joy in similar parts? What if you use the joy to bridge the gap between the light and the darkness? This is a crown spread. Creating quality experiences. It's like what you just went through, the truths you just spoke, have created this peak, this crown jewel. Crown jewel. Creating more good experiences from the bad experiences, from learning from the bad experiencing, from, oh my God, sorry, you guys, it's like so late right now. Whatever, that's fine, that's good. King of Fire is the other crown jewel. Oh, the peak. Being proactive, dauntless, inspirational, passionate, and involved. Like, that is where you are shining right now. No matter who says what or what anything looks like, energetically, good. Congratulations. Thank you. All of it. Because this is not easy. Stabilizing, combining, healing, regrouping, educating communities is not easy. What does make it easy is when we are taking the time to be kind to ourselves. When we can. Because some things do happen quickly. Some things are emergencies. But that's what this foundation is for. These cards right here. This is what built your joy. This is what your peaks are built upon. Not that like you're peaking or this or that. It's just every part of you has its time to shine kind of way. Being nurturing and patient, connecting with the earth. Selfless, honest, guardian, protector. Being a guardian and protector of nature, which arguably humans are kind of part of nature if you consider animals parts of nature. Ooh. Giving yourself, bringing yourself to redemption, and understanding that the path of redemption is no easy traverse. And so anyone that is willing and puts in the work, well, they are quite impressive. Record keeper, information, history, tradition, preservation, preservation of self, clearing out the misconceptions, cutting through to the truth of not just your opinions and your feelings, but having your own back, sticking up for what you know and what you believe and what you can see, and sharing that so that other people may see it too. Because the anger doesn't always come from being wounded, but to watch someone else be wounded and to feel like you have the answer or you have the solution, or to know that you could help, but maybe they're not quite ready yet or at a place that they need to be. Illumination, acceptance, openness, emotional enlightenment, strength and courage. Strength and courage. Because that strength of love is genuinely what powers these. You find joy in nature. You find joy in being a protector or an activist. You find joy in learning new information. You find joy in different forms of acceptance, whether that is finding literature that you relate to or opinions that you relate to. Because your intuition is your fact checker. Your intuition is your fact checker, and your feelings are only but a part of your intuition. Your intuition is also made up of your knowledge, your wisdom, your ancestry, your environment, universal love, divine connection, serenity, peace, boundaries, and disruption. Not letting the tides knock you over. Becoming one with the energy, one with the pain, one with the joy, one with the laughter. You can grumble and you can feel guilty the whole way to change. Or you can detach from the situation and truly observe and contemplate it, and use your strength to overcome it creatively and birth things into creation. Weaver, creating your own reality. Vulnerability. Because you truly don't know what other people are thinking or feeling. You don't know, like, sometimes we don't know if other people are hurt if they don't say anything. To not take, hey, this kind of hurt my feelings because of this, as an excuse, but also not allowing that to take over the topic and erase the truth. Your record keeper information came out again. Trust that you are spiritually protected, that you are divinely protected, that yes, it is your job to create bridges or to educate or whatever it is that your job is, or your life purpose is, your role is, that it's also okay to like let the divine kind of handle it. Trust that the divine has your back when you are handling it, because you need a balance of both to actually create the change that you want to see within communities or within self. It depends. Because if you are currently just trying to stay alive right now, don't focus on yourself. Because the healing that you do within yourself, when you connect to your dreams, to what you once wanted, and catch it up to how you feel presently. Oh no. Presently. Opportunities, breakthroughs, resilience, inner harmony, feeling secure within yourself. That's security. That's what peace is. Having breakthroughs, that your patience and your inner peace are connected in how much opportunity you see in your dreams coming true, your dreams coming into a reality. My ultimate dream is that people get along and we can work together and learn together, and everyone can live how they want for the most part. Like, obviously not like just going around and like killing people, but you know, and it's doable. It just takes a lot and a lot and a lot of work that can only be done by you. It needs to be done by every single person within the community. There is no avoiding it. And that is why we can accept each other, we can forgive each other. And that is why we protect each other. Unconditional community, unconditional love turns into unconditional community. Psychic healing, completion, mending. Metamorphosis, magical wisdom card. not conforming to a reality that you are not happy in. Not conforming to one side or the other. Refusing to pick a side. Like, obviously, you can fight for different sides, but knowing that the magic, the intellect, the change, the purity is often found in the center, in the quiet lands. When you not only stand up for yourself, but are proud of yourself. You're standing up for yourself not because you're defending yourself, but because you are proud of yourself. And people are going to take that whichever ways. You're going to be presenting it whichever ways. Because if it's new to you, it's already hard enough as it is. And people see past that. They see through it. They see how hard you work to find the common ground in order to not betray yourself, not betray your beliefs, while also continuing to educate, even in a tense or possibly in an intense and hostile environment. Let's be real. Which makes it even more powerful. No, it's not fair for me to suffer. No, it's not fair for them to suffer. There has to be change. There has to be something we can do. And you are doing it. It just started raining. Shape-shifting, synchronizing, harmonizing, balancing. So many aspects. Combining so many different elements of people, places, things, ideologies, all of it. Creating your own happy little world that nobody can deserve. I mean, creating your own little world that nobody else deserves because nobody else went through the same experiences as you. And feeling safe and happy in that world, not being afraid to share that world with other people. Ooh. Ooh. Joy. Because to be secure in our own world doesn't mean that we are oblivious to other worlds. It doesn't mean we can't understand other worlds or be receptive and learn from other worlds. It's all about helping people find their happy medium. It's all about encouraging people to do the right thing, even when it's scary. It's scary to be who you say you are sometimes. Resilience, breakthrough, purpose, trusting in the process, shining bright as fuck. Foresight, intelligence, impeccability, wealth, abundance. Can be material or immaterial. More than likely it's both, because everything's coming together for the magical world that you've always wanted to create. And you've always been walking in alignment. It's the perfect time to be nurturing to yourself and others, as we are all fighting very similar intensity of battles in different departments, which means that's good news, because that means it's good news, because the positive energy, the light, the love is being traveled to different places, and that means that you don't have to do all the work yourself. You don't have to change the world by yourself. We do our internal personal work by ourselves, but we don't change the world just by ourselves. You can, but it's kind of a lot, especially if you're dealing with violence or very deep rooted trauma cleansing and emergency situations and stuff like that. Ancient memory, Rosemary 3. Seeing things from multiple perspectives. When everybody is popping off, when everybody is pointing fingers. I'm not saying everybody does it. Some people just straight up educate. They straight up match the energy and just shine. Something that I struggle with personally, even with all of the experiences that I have had in extremely intense and time-sensitive, life-sensitive situations. I struggle with shifting gears between like when you're healing groups of people on a larger scale than one-on-one, like if you're doing like a group therapy or like a couples therapy, I guess you could be a doctor and like have multiple people in the room. I don't know what it would relate to, but you can branch it off. Each individual person is going to need a different degree of intensity, a different degree of healing. Yes, if you're talking to one person, it automatically, the messages need to be heard by everyone, yes. But to be able to shift gears from like that softer, more balanced, peaceful, to placing the blame where it needs to go in order to self-forgive and regain power and create that positive change that is needed to make the life sustainable. You know what I mean? Bruh. So commitment to self allows insight and vision that no one else has. It is good to look at the big picture and everyone affected, but it is most important to take a look at ourselves. People who advocate are involved in activism because they themselves are tired of being misjudged, boxed, and watching their community suffer through the same things and think that it's normal or okay to be mistreated. In order to move along further within the movement of your choice, you must ignore other opinions and views to understand what you believe first. Healing the parts of you that are disconnected healing the parts of you that were abandoned and betrayed, putting the blame where it belongs, to forgive yourself, and then letting it go, which letting go does not mean giving up the fight. Letting go means releasing the weight of the buildup. This happens in cycles. As for every movement, we must become what we wish to see by simply shifting our structures. When we forgive and can accept things as they are now, we allow space and time for ourselves to birth creations from our imagination and fantasies. In order to find the solutions that you are looking for, to be able to elevate beyond just what reality is, just beyond the death and destruction that exists. How can we use the positive, positively lightful energy to sustain ourselves, to be able to keep fighting? The heart and mind alignment, congruency is not just happening individually. Our hearts are connecting to our minds, yes, but our hearts are connecting to other people's minds. Their minds are connecting to our hearts. Our minds are connecting. Our hearts are connecting. And with different people, it's going to be different things because everybody has their different stuff. So it's like one of those music light up boards where like you press the thingy and then it like flashes the color or whatever and like makes the sound. In order to be an objective teacher, leader, instructor, one must not take sides. So how is that possible? People are obviously picking a side when they sign a bill dehumanizing people, right? Like, or are they? At the end of the day, people not only want to do right by themselves and their families, but the higher power of their choosing. Whether you like it or not, each religion has beautiful, cherishable, empowering values. However, many people can get lost within sheep mindset, sheep mentality, and being in a world that supports punishing others for not being enough, rather than being the support that they need. You don't want reconciliation, you don't want union, because you believe in the power of the system more than your own personal power to create change, or because it's easier just to avoid people like that and place the blame on them. Make sure that at the end of the day, whatever side you are on is your own, meaning you're not better than the opposing team or your teammates for any reason. Do not let them corrupt you into forgetting that we are all just human. And when we realize that we're all just human, it doesn't make the problem or the pain go away, or the ignorance or the hate from the other people not exist. Like, it doesn't make that just disappear. But what it does is it gives you that emotional freedom, that inner peace, the zen, to be able to treat things more like a conversation rather than an argument. Because if you treat it more as a conversation and you trust that this human will recognize the power of my truth, of my story, and a bridge will inevitably be built if not used. Make sense? In the past, you have taken the time to walk your path alone, design or envision a life of your choosing, connect with nature, and continued to fight for everything that you have, which you have earned and worked for, without remorse. Excuse me. The pain, the betrayals, the manipulation, and the blatant disrespect taught you that no matter how quiet you are or how loud you are, if you show up authentic or not, you still get fucking hurt. You still get hurt by the people you trust. And that is because everything exists. Everything exists, and you cannot stop things that exist from entering your community. However, you can protect and educate the community so that they have a better understanding of what best suits them. The harmful ideologies and systems still hurt you, no matter how you try to avoid it or how good of a citizen or servant you are. There are a lot of people that do get rewarded and cherished in certain companies, within certain entities. And what is the point of being cherished or valued or getting the awards if the company's values don't align with yours, or they're actively working against some of your needs? That the cherish, the awards, all of that get taken away as soon as you don't. You get what I'm saying? As soon as you need the company all of a sudden doesn't need you, right? So when you love, educate, take action, and thrive to your own standards, it reflects within the community around you. They may begin adopting parts of your beliefs or systems, asking questions, and reaching a point of stability to where they are able to finally give back. Because to truly give back and feel fulfilled, to truly give back without anything attached to it, like, oh yes, I come in and, oh God, I come over here and I save all the native people, Christopha Columbus, fucking Captain Hook, or Captain Cook, Captain Crook, whatever, like, it's not that coming here it's how they came here. It's what they fucking did, all the control manipulation tactics, because you just simply will go to hell if you dance with your titties out. Like, I danced with my shirt on my whole life, and let me fucking tell you something. I think I was more in hell dancing with my shirt on than I would feel dancing with my titties out. Just being fucking real. Anyway. Maybe that's the solution. Maybe if we all just fucking start walking around with our titties out, tourism will decline. 'Cause it would be different than a strip club vibe, right? It would be like angry nipples. Angry nipples. Oh my God. They would run in fucking terror. Ah! Okay, sorry. Anyway, I might have to cut that out of the video. True generosity is allowing someone the time of day to make things right with you, even when you feel, even when they have proved that they're a little bit unworthy. If someone is not ready to be awakened, we can educate as best as we can and release them as the seed has already been planted. Meaning your words are energy. And if you're like, hey brother, there's something wrong with that system over there. Like, you saying you happy, you don't look happy at all, but then you also complain, and then like, do you not see the pattern in all structures? Do you not see the fucking pattern in all of the structures? Sorry. The skeletons in the closet will be released from all heads of communities preparing for union as we take the hits of awareness, heal the wounds, and move closer together. You may find that within this time period, you and people you thought would never agree with you or you would ever get along with, or even inspire to be able to touch their hearts, reach them, or their mind, whatever, mind, heart, fucking crazy, bro. Just crazy shit's going on. These people will be releasing similar mentalities and heart blockages as you through the vulnerability, through the welcoming, through the initiation, whatever you want to call it, right? Like just meeting new people, getting to know them, getting to know the communities that they are connected to, that they support, that they love, that they are involved in, whatever. Very interesting also is recognizing which communities that someone should technically be a part of, but they don't support or identify with. Because the problems in all the fucking systems are the same. They all boil down to the same thing. The only way to figure out how to stop fighting each other and start fighting together is to take the time to learn and understand one another. You don't have to be nice and you don't have to be friendly. So if you are, fuck yeah. But when you're fighting for the righteousness of kindness, of humanity, however, for the righteousness of kindness and humanity, to embody that energy in the face of harm. It can help positively impact a whole group of people you thought were out of the line of fire and can potentially create a new outcome that you truly hoped for. When you show up kind, it almost creates a larger deeper impact within the people within the line of fire as well, depending. You know how it goes. Trusting that you are safe and protected by the divine on your journey will help secure your confidence and ability to simplify your knowledge and experiences so that a whole new group of people can interpret and implement your messages. If you were brought on this earth to create change and or protect what still exists, why would you spew hate onto the enemies? If you treat your audience as uneducated assholes, that is how they will behave. Because then you are transferring that energy from thought and speaking it onto them. So even if it wasn't true for them, if they were somehow caught in that line of fire, it may make them turn the complete direction. Are you responsible for that? Are you responsible for other people's feelings? No. But how big of an impact do you want to make? And how quickly do you want to do so? Not only will the audience, the person you're having a conversation with, the family member, the friend, the coworker, the business, the company, whatever, not only will they then have to transmute the hatred into something like, if they can, if they know how, but then they would have to heal themselves double time from what you said and from what the fuck was going on that they might not have been aware of. They got to do both of that together alone, in a sense, which, like, you decide who you want to do that to. That's all I'm trying to say. It doesn't always feel good. Just like shooting someone doesn't fucking always feel good. Yeah, like shooting them spiritually, shaking up their fucking realities, telling them that they hurt you, like those can all be really difficult things. As you practice maintaining your truest, highest potential possible in derogatory or dehumanizing situations or conversations, you will notice that it does make a difference. People do respond better. Unless they're in a super triggered emotional state. So it's up to you to decide how powerful you are. Can you deactivate that state? Can you speak to them to the point where you see the color come back into their eyes? Can you speak to them to the point where you have a mutual patience and you understand everything that they're spewing is coming from pain or this or that? It's up to you. It's up to you. Maybe not instantly. The change is not always instant. You can feel it energetically slowly shifting over time, especially if you are connected to someone and you want to help with their load. But all of that extra work behind the scenes, beyond the physical, it will help move things forward a bit faster than if you had insulted them and wished them death. Because you are right does not give you the right to be a meanie weenie. It doesn't mean you're in the wrong for being a meanie weenie. But each situation, each thing, because we are all individuals working together. That is what the fucking community is made out of. So it's important to respect all of those things at its core. Because all of it can be a nutritional learning experience for our souls. The attainment and fruition of the community you have created is there. It is just about the choices of how we want to move forward, integrating those communities that have great potential to uplift us and guide us home. Happiness and care for yourself, happiness and care for those around you. Not saying that you should just get run over like a doormat, being happy, happy, kind, happy, happy, joy, while everybody is like just taking everything out on everybody else. No, you can give it back to them a little bit. That is their energy. But we share in this community, right? If you're hurting, if you're suffering, me too. Like, not letting it fucking take over my whole life. But I can sit down for half an hour and try and work out how I would feel, how I would be in that situation, and offer whatever kinds of support is there. Learn, listen, actually hear what people are trying to tell you. Because when you listen to what people are trying to tell you, even if your brain is telling you, what the hell, that don't make no sense, kind of low, and what does your heart tell you? Does your heart tell you, hey, I think you're forgetting about a situation that this actually happened to you in a different form with a different entity or company or corporation, and Can you balance it? Can you overcome it? Because if you can, you're leading by example. And people will learn from you. People will fucking learn by watching you. Oh my God. And if the way you treat them makes them feel good, it'll make them want to learn how to do that even more, to do it for other people. Because that is just the people we are surrounded by. Those are the people that we should be focusing on, that matter. And it's hard to tell who is who because some of them are in different places. As we embody this energy, we notice larger movement within our causes, within our life purposes. The attainment and fruition of the community you have created, the attainment and fruition of the community you have created is there. If you are a part of a community, you help create it because it is an ever-growing, ever-changing thing just like us. So it's it is very obvious by the intensity and power of everyone's presentations that you have taken the time to address your emotions and separate the energies before you speak. So when that energy hits them, first in the face, and then against the chest, it is with your intention that people feel courageous and safe to allow that energy in. People don't just absorb automatically. If people say, yes, I allow this energy in, I allow this information and energy in, how powerful is that? Then they are consciously choosing to integrate this into their life because it feels right. It makes them feel good. Because something's not going to make you feel good if it's not right for you. If it's like true feel good, like not like superficial feel good. Like, you know yourself, you know what truly makes you feel good and what truly doesn't. That depth of it, not just surface level, okay? Presentation, word choice, validity is always arguable in the public eye. However, The direct message of energy is not. So when you're putting all that pressure on yourself to how am I going to reach all these people and do this and do that to make the biggest impact, the best impact, balancing that with, I don't give a fuck, like, this is for real and the truth needs to be heard, like, time is running out. Finding your groove within that, your flow within that, your presentation, how you want to do it, how you want to give it. You can't really control how you want it to be received, but you can notice how different things are received among different amounts of people, different types of people. Taking all that into consideration, you can lighten the load for yourself. You can take the pressure off of yourself. The most important thing is that your truths and that your messages get heard by someone, anyone, you know what I mean? And that, because that someone or anyone is going to know like 5 people that they're going to be closely discussing with. And then when they start to notice the physical changes, the true happiness, the joy, the love that is currently manifesting into them and their life, it sparks more than curiosity. When we do not value ourselves, we cannot value others. Oh, well, I just, back in the day we had to do this and so this and this and this, and so you should just, well, I don't know, how come you're doing it like that and you fucking like this and you did it. Life is not supposed to be torment. The people before us worked so hard so that fighting will be a joy, a pleasure. Fighting may not look like war or the violence or even heated arguments. It is possible only if you believe it is. If you're sitting on the other side watching this video like, that's not gonna fucking work and people are like that, then yeah, it's not. Because you got to elevate above that vibration to be able to bring your community with you. And it is not fucking easy. Pressure on, pressure off. Pressure on, pressure off. Fuck. The root cause is whatever emotions or events that have happened that you're trying to cover up or the people around you are trying to cover up. We remember how hard it was to not only feel free, but to believe and act as we do. And then to speak up after trying to be shut up. Not always shut up, but like just feeling overpowered in that sense, not being really heard. At this point, you know that you have observed, organized, analyzed, strategized the wisdom that you need to proceed into your dream reality where people are accepting of one another and are capable of digesting the truth of your pain and experiences. You have been You have been alienated, and you know that shit! You have been alienated, and you know that alienating others does not solve the problem. It prolongs it. Alienating others doesn't solve the problem. It prolongs it. Because if a group of people is doing something to you that is hurtful, that is harmful, that is disrespectful, you can bet your fucking butt cheeks that they're doing that to each other in that community, and it's just spreading. It's just spreading. And so, if these types of things are happening within your family, regardless if you talk to them or not, you stick with the ones that you know are for you, and you just fucking traverse that shit, okay? That's how you problem solve. The higher power of your choosing, trusting within them, trusting within the power of your own words, your own knowledge, your own experiences, your own community, the things that you know. Sharing that with people who oppose you as a challenge, as a push. But when you need a fucking break from people being like, like, I don't know. You guys do what you want with that. Oh, she doesn't finish her thought. Oh, it's not structured. Way to show me that you're not flexible, my guy. This is mental, emotional, soul purposeful gymnastics over here. If you don't want to participate, if this is too hard of a sport for you, my guy, get the fuck out of here. You're irritating me. Anyway. Right now, we are strengthening our fertilization capabilities. Ooh! Oh, we're so fertile. We know how to fertilize. If our goal is to create a positive impact within communities, promoting back to your roots ideologies, the people who disagree with us are part of the child that we are conceiving. You can think of it, I guess, as having like beef with your baby daddy or something. I don't know. You know, like they're still part of it. That's still the father. Like, so what we pour into the community impacts the health of our baby when it is birthed into reality, right? So if we're pouring love and passion into one part, but hate and fear and lack into the other part because that's what they're giving us, you're gonna get some of that back. It's gonna be in your baby. And then your baby's gonna have to deal with it. We do the work we do now so the people that come after us don't have to fucking struggle as much. No country ever benefited from prolonged conflict, but nobody is willing to compromise their rights. So get creative, get inventive in order to find new bridges and forms of communication with different communities, to find your allies. Helping each other understand the hurt in certain beliefs or ways of living through the vulnerability of life experience, and connecting to those historic events and ideologies that were implemented over time. The good ones, the bad ones, all of it. Because if there's good and bad in everything, there's also good and bad in the things that you are fighting for. And to take accountability and responsibility for that, that is where the bridges can be formed. That is where the compromises can be made. Not in the super solid stuff that you feel is aligned. You know what you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I'm manifesting it. I'm manifesting it. Not doing the trauma bondies, not like, oh yeah, life is just so terrible, let's just be so angry and sad and mad our whole lives. Like, not completely embodying that. However, that is important to kind of make the bridge. But noticing the dehumanizing, controlling patterns in different people. Fuck the big system. It's in us. It is within us. Maybe you could like put a little bit in everybody, right? But don't underestimate the power of that one-on-one. Do not estimate the power of that one-on-one. That dedication, that commitment. Even when the results do not seem to be clear, because as soon as you get to that moment, not where you reach the finish line, but when you get through that period of unknown where you're like, I don't even know if the finish line is on the same map or dimension. Like, I don't know if the finish line is at the end of Rainbow Road, or I don't know if it's in like a completely different video game universe kind of vibe. There reaches a point where you see the payoff. You can tell if it's gonna go this way or that way for the most part. And that's when you can release, balance out, shift perspectives if you want, if you need, and build those bridges and come back powerful. Let's go, Powerpuff Girls. Let's go. I know it says 100% men, but I know there's some of you ladies out there. And for you men out there, shout out to the feminine energy, the nurturing, motherly energy within you. Shout out to that, girlies. We're Powerpuff Girls out here. I want you to show up to work tomorrow and be like, you guys, I'm a Powerpuff Girl. See how the energy changes. Oh my God. Every single one of us is capable of being a healer, an activist, a leader, a teacher, guides on every level of awareness are crucial, because not only do they assist people with their belief systems and capacity of creation, but they can also assist in forming the bridges between the different levels so that we may grow and travel freely. Just like politically, often nobody completely agrees and aligns with one party, another party, this politician, this other politician. The same goes for spiritual awareness levels, for spirituality, and that you can look at religion, you can look at the medical system, you can look at the government, you can look at whatever you want. Strengthening your capacity for acceptance. Not like, I accept my abuse. Like accepting that abuse happens, that it be happening, it is within this system, that the system isn't operated by just the people who are brainwashed or welded into the system, but we got to support the people that are going in there, and are facing a lot of different energies in a lot of different ways, not to control them, but to help them find their own path. Because when they find their own path, when they make their own bridges, when they connect things that we do not agree with, we cannot see, and they bring it to our world and they share it with us, we grow, we advance, we heal. Share your feelings and experiences about the relationships you feel supported in the most. Talk about the people who love you the way that you truly know that you are deserving of. And sometimes one quality is amongst a group of people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like one person might be really great at this, one person might be really great at that. And if instead of talking down or like even compartmentalizing them in those, oh, well, this friend's good for this friend's good for that. No, because all of my friends are open and they love to learn and they care about each other so much that whatever judgment, whatever pain is blocking them, they're opening up to receiving the knowledge, the stories, so that they can feel better, that they can get rid of that darkness within them or surrounding them as well. This includes the relationship with your divine, your sources of choosing, the spirits you choose to work with, the deity, the gods, whatever. It creates a wholesome gateway to express your beliefs, the history behind them. Someone else may be like, you know what? I'm different, but we have a similar structure. That's how you find the healthy structures. That's how you find the structures that work. The ones who respect you will care more about hearing you and understanding you than arguing with you. Just because you go outside, you go to work, you go to the store, and you look around and you see the direct effects of the suppression of people being ripped away from their cultures, doesn't mean that that is all that exists. To create, we must be. To be, we must grow. And to grow, we must integrate multidimensional worldviews. Believe your humanity and wholeness has the power to promote spiritual alignment and symbolic relationships. Oh, symbiotic. All right, both, I guess, symbiotic relationships within your life and your reality. Life is a learning experience. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to pause. It's okay to ask questions. And it is safe to proceed. Speaking your piece for your peace. Speaking your piece for your peace. People do not always know how to show up for you if you are not vulnerable or open with them. Sometimes being vulnerable can look like being callous, cold, and closed off. How does that make sense? How does being closed off? How can being closed off be showing up within vulnerability? Well, at least they are saying something. It is showing you something. It is showing you there's a bigger problem, a deeper wound, a bigger blockage, whatever it is. It is pain. It is vulnerability just the same, but it shows up differently. The freedom is in deciding when it feels right for you to speak up to whoever, when and to who, whatever. Damn, what? The freedom is in deciding when it feels right for you to speak up and to who, whenever you need to, whenever you feel it's right. The freedom is getting to decide to take on the challenge of using your warmth, love, and knowledge to melt the ice of someone who is just as hurt as you and hasn't had the blessings that you have had to propel you to where you are now. Because you wouldn't be targeted. You wouldn't be bullied. You wouldn't be neglected by the government or the systems or whatever if you didn't have something of value. Jealousy can show in different ways. It's almost like everyone's jealous of everyone else, or like that want for more. That want for more is where greed stems from, right? So taking that accountability and responsibility upon yourself. Are you still shopping on Shein? Do you spend more money on Amazon than you do in local stores, supporting local business owners? Do you still go for the thing that's cheaper because it's cheaper? Or do you trust that you are walking in alignment with your purpose? You receive back what you give. And when you get something that is quality, which, by the way, there's cheaper quality things too, but that is a form of control as well. Invest. That is lack mentality, that is fear. We all have things in our lives to be grateful for. And because of our struggles, we know not to be jealous of what someone else has, because we don't want to fucking go through what they went through. Forget that. Because we've been through enough on our own, and we get plenty. In fact, we get plenty enough for sure. Even when we're struggling and feel like we know nothing. Even when we have enough to share means that we are all gonna go a little bit hungry for a little bit. It's that mentality. It's that spirit, that spirituality, the spiritual reality. None of us are gooder or badder, better or worse. We are all individuals on different levels, on different journeys. Your compassion and capacity, your compassionate city, your compassion and capacity to promote love in environments that can easily become war zones when hurt and pain are misdirected, misguided. It creates long-lasting peace once the tides settle. The anger fuels, the forgiveness soothes patience, and then the peace is born. This is like gonna be a weird video. There's the one from the night of emergency. There's this from the other day. And then there's these today. Okay. Okay. So overall, the big energy is commune and breakthrough. Bringing the magic into the realms, shattering realities, shattering the veil, bringing heaven on earth, or whatever you want to call it. This is the energy of the people that you are frustrated with. This is what they're going through. Integrity and perception. They are shifting. Your actions, your words, your truths, your embodiments, your reality is merging with theirs. Gossiping is an integrity issue. Talking down on people is an issue of integrity. And shifting perspectives. There's shifting perspectives on so many things, but what does it truly mean to hold integrity within yourself? You got to know who you are in order to have that. That is like your humanity mixed with your godliness, mixed with your life purpose, the people in your life, your communities. To stay true to yourself, to stay in your power, what power truly is, what true power, divine power truly is. And your core foundation, your core beliefs. Letting that anchor your perception shifts and stuff as you travel through different minds, energies, communities, places, and times. It takes a lot of ambition and self-liberation. It takes a lot of ambition and self-liberation in order to overcome that easy money, doesn't matter, it's all for them, like I just want money, like money isn't real, time isn't real, money isn't real, like money, you can survive without money. Do you know what I mean? If you have land, if you have talent, if you know, you can bring that money. You can trust that in following your life purpose and doing the things you love and you are passionate of, you will be provided for. It doesn't always look like money. It doesn't always look like money. Sometimes it looks like products. It looks like services that are being traded with you. So don't sell yourself out. Don't sell yourself short. Just because you feel like you have to conform to the world around you. You don't have to blame anyone if you can just teach them, if you can just plant the seeds, sow the seeds, water the seeds, nurture the seeds. Because the reality that you birth, the baby that you birth, the baby reality that you birth, it's going to be a part of a reflection of you, whether you like it or not. If the baby is imperfect, who is there to blame then?